These are a set of knockoff earbuds from China that have copied Apple's design and tacked on a screen of questionable utility. Let's unbox them together, figure out what the screen does, and talk about whether Apple should do this themselves. Just picking these up, you can tell immediately it's not a real Apple product. I mean, the box itself feels flimsy. You can see all these creases in the paper. Apple would never let cosmetic issues like that slide. Even though they're using Apple's design, they aren't really meant to pass as a fake. There's not a single Apple logo in sight, which is, probably smart. Getting into the box, we've got what appears to be a basic product manual here at the top. All of the controls appear to be the same as the existing AirPods Pro. Okay, I love this right here. It says to learn more, just go to support.com/guide. My guess that's not where the product manual is located. Okay, let's toss this aside. Here are the earbuds. They're wrapped in this unsightly plastic. Real quick, do we get any extra accessories in here? Yes, it seems we get a kind of rather flimsy feeling USB-C to USB-C cable. Oh, and we have some ear tips here at the bottom. Let's check how many we get. Oh, and they just kind of all fall out. Cool. As I said, these look just like the second generation AirPods Pro, but with a screen. So you can see the built-in speaker there on the bottom of the carrying case, and they even have that new lanyard anchor there on the right-hand side. It is just a bit thicker than the actual AirPods Pro, possibly because, that built-in screen. The earbuds feel super light. Like, Apple uses the stems of the AirPods Pro to house the battery, which helps balance the weight. These, it seems like the stems are largely hollow, and the weight is all on the top. This also makes them kind of less comfortable in your ears when just all the weight is located right there on the inside. So it seems these are supposed to pair just like the real AirPods by opening the case near your iPhone. Let's go ahead and see if this works. Nothing seems to really be popping up. Okay, so I couldn't get them to actually pop up, but it does appear that when I held down the button on the back, it did show up here in Bluetooth settings, so I actually might be able to get these to pair with my phone. Heck, I guess it's working. It's actually playing through the earbuds, which I guess they're calling the AirPlus Ultras. Sound quality, though, is terrible. They sound really cheap, and I don't think the actual ANC is working at all. Let's check out the main feature, though, the screen. So the screen comes to life when you tap it. This kind of looks like it's a moon with a rocket ship encircling it. You just swipe to the right to go ahead and unlock it. So at first blush, we see the battery life there. We see it right on the top. We have each individual earbud and the case. In the middle, we have playback controls. Let's see if I tap on pause button. Yeah, okay, it actually paused my music, so that's kind of cool. If we swipe to the right, we have our volume, so it's at 1, and I can adjust this. And as I'm adjusting this, it is adjusting over on my iPhone. Next over, we have active noise cancellation, so off. We can turn on ANC, and then we have transparency mode. When I did switch these, it audibly told me in the ear, in Chinese, that it was switching to these different modes. So there's active noise cancellation, transparency mode, and off. I did not understand it through the language that they spoke, but you can see visually here in English what mode your earbuds are on. It looks like then we have some sort of equalizer, and then next we have a timer built in for some reason. Next up, we have the light level. This is like the brightness of the AirPlus Ultra case. Next, we have the language. Of course, we're going to leave it in English. Then we have our screen lock, different animations you can use for the lock screen. We have Find My Earphones, so left and right earbuds you can find individually. It does just play music through them. Then we have the clock, which is set for 24-hour time. We can apparently like a song. And then lastly, a camera button. Let's see what this does. Okay, this is kind of cool. So if I go ahead and I press on this camera button here, it'll actually take a photo here on my iPhone. So tap it, and yeah, I just took a photo. So you've got like a remote shutter here on your AirPlus Ultra case. Oh, and look, there's a flashlight too, which just turns the screen really bright, and tap it to go away. Honestly, the screen does not look half bad in real life, and some of these features are actually kind of useful. So the question is, should Apple make a set of earbuds like this? And why are we talking about this in the first place? Well, it turns out Apple may already be working on it. Apple filed a patent recently that described a set of earbuds with a touchscreen on the front, a whole lot like this. I see some ways that Apple could add real utility here and push the screen beyond just a simple gimmick. Perhaps they could put a Find My button that would allow you to find your iPhone, and seeing your device's battery life at a glance would also be a welcomed addition. As with track progress or album artwork, almost turning them into the miniest of iPods. Currently, there's no user-facing way to update the firmware on AirPods. Putting a touchscreen on them would make it easy to install an update and see its progress. Finally, I think it would be helpful when putting your AirPods into lost mode. You could visually display a message on the screen and instructions on how to return them to you. You may even get them back. Importantly, as Apple adds more tiers of AirPods, check out my other video on the differences in the buying guide, it makes sense for Apple to look for new features to help differentiate the lines, something to make the Pros feel more pro. An external screen could do that. What about you guys? Do you think Apple should add a screen to AirPods? And what would you like to see it do? Let me know down below in the comments. And be sure you are subscribed with notifications turned on so you don't miss any more Apple news.